What's going on? My name is Francis, and if you're new to this channel, consider hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell because I post a new video every single day. If you want to become a private client, then consider applying for a free consultation by hitting the website that's in the description box of this video. What we're going to be talking about in this video is how to create your reality. Okay, because if you want to create your reality, the number one thing you should be focusing on is how to become the observer of your reality. Because if you don't have observation and awareness and consciousness of the current reality, then you can't create the new reality, because the old reality that's happening unconsciously is going to block you from the new reality. Okay, what do I mean? What I'm saying is that just because you don't realize that you have certain thoughts happening in the background unconsciously doesn't mean that they're still not there creating your reality, because your belief systems create your reality. What is a belief system? It's nothing more than a reoccurring thought in your head. And if these reoccurring thoughts are continually happening unconsciously without you realizing it, then those thoughts are going to create your reality. So if you want to create your reality, then the number one thing you should be focusing on is building your awareness and building your consciousness up so that you can actually become conscious of the current reality that you tell about yourself. Because if you're telling yourself belief systems that are unconscious, what is a belief system? Once again, it's a thought pattern that is reoccurring in your mind. So let's say you have a thought pattern that's reoccurring in your mind saying, I can only make $5,000 of income a month, okay? To some of you, that might be a lot of money, but that belief system, that reoccurring thought is going to be limiting you from making $10,000 a month. So if you're unconscious of that story, then you're never going to be able to take action in a direction that will allow you to make $10,000 a month, because you're going to only take action based on that belief system. You're only going to take action out there in the external world based on the internal world that you have. And if your internal world is telling you things that are limiting, that you're unconsciously attached to without you even realizing it, then that is going to create your reality. This is why if you want to create your reality, if you want to use the law of attraction to manifest your desires as fast as you can, if you want to speed up the law of attraction, then the number one thing you should be focusing on is raising your level of consciousness and detaching from your ego. Okay, what is the ego? It's the unconscious thought processes that we're absorbed into. And just because you don't realize that those thoughts are there doesn't mean that they're still not there. And when you're attached to the ego, this always implies some kind of unconscious projection into the future, some unconscious projection into the past. It usually involves lower vibrational emotions like anger, anxiety, fear, guilt, like all these negative emotions. You're going to feel guilty, you're going to feel angry, you're going to be overly reactive because you're not in this moment, but you're resisting the moment, trying to be in some other moment than this moment right now, because the ego is continually in resistance. Okay? And if you're allowing the ego to control your life, then you are not going to be able to live into your vision. Because in order to live into your vision, you got to understand that the best way to create your reality is literally to raise your level of consciousness and detach yourself from the ego. And when I say detach, I'm saying become conscious of the ego, be aware of the ego, simply be the witness of your thoughts. And now the ego will not control you anymore. Now it's not going to be the ego. Okay, another way to explain the ego is the unobserved mind, meaning that there's no witness of that voice in your head. There's no spaciousness, because let's say that thought where you were telling yourself that you could only make $5,000 a month is happening in the background, but then you actually became conscious of that, right? Because when I started meditating every single day 3 years ago, what I realized is that I am not my thoughts, okay? And I'm simply the witnessing presence, the consciousness, the awareness of my thoughts. And so when I can simply be the observer and actually catch that thought in real time during the day, because I developed my awareness using a daily meditation habit for almost 4 years, because my awareness is high enough to actually simply be the witness of my thoughts during my day. And by the way, if you're not the witness of your thought, the ego is controlling your life. Every single moment that you are not the witnessing presence of your thought, that thought is still creating your reality. So when I started to notice and catch those thoughts in real time, what I noticed is that I would have spaciousness between me and that thought. And then with that spaciousness, I can say, wait a second, I don't actually have to believe in this thought. This thought actually has nothing to do with who I am. I can simply observe that thought, realize that thought has nothing to do with who I am, and then I can actually choose to create a new vision for myself because I became conscious of that old thought. But in order to notice that thought and then create a new one, you have to have the awareness built up to actually do that. And so this is why noticing your thoughts and becoming the observer is the best way to become the creator. This is why a lot of people that are extremely enlightened, so to speak, they manifest things very, very quickly because they're in alignment with the present moment. It's not that you're really gaining anything, you're letting go of the blocks and the resistance that's not allowing you to manifest freely and quickly and effortlessly. Because if you're in alignment with the present moment and the ego is not blocking you, then you will have a much better time effortlessly manifesting, because you're not going to be in resistance to the moment. Your thoughts are not going to be lack and survival based. You're going to have better feelings, and then those feelings will bring you to inspired action, where that action will now allow you to go into the direction of your dreams without resistance. Because I'm not saying that it's just about the thoughts. It's about when you create that spaciousness and you notice a thought that you don't believe in, and you choose not to believe in that thought form because you know that's not who you are and it's simply a pattern. When you can create that spaciousness where, like, okay, here I am as the witnessing presence, and then there's my thought. When you can create that spaciousness and you believe that you are not that thought, it's not even a belief, it's just a noticing. You notice and you witness that you are not your beliefs. You are just the witness of your beliefs. When you can create that spaciousness that here you are and then there's the belief, what's going to begin to happen is now you opened infinite intelligence and infinite possibilities to actually be in alignment with a new goal that never would have been able to happen if you were attached to that limiting belief. Because when you become conscious of a limiting belief and you notice that's not who you are and you don't have to believe in that thought, that will now give you the spaciousness and the openness and open new possibilities in your life to take action in the external world in a different way that you normally wouldn't have. So for example, if you start to notice that you keep telling yourself you could only make $5,000 of income a month, which may be a lot, but you choose not to believe in that thought because you have the awareness to become conscious of it, now you're going to be taking actions that may be more in alignment with making $10,000 a month, because you had the ability to notice that you were telling yourself you weren't able to, you were only telling yourself that you can make $5,000 a month, and you thought that you weren't able to make $10,000 a month. But when you can notice that thought and not believe in it, this gives you the ability to take action in the world in a way that you normally wouldn't have. Whereas if you were unconsciously attached to that thought form, then what would have happened is that you never would have ever taken any action that could have possibly been in alignment to make 10K a month. It just wouldn't happen. You wouldn't take action in that direction. It just simply wouldn't happen because there's that story playing in your head that you're unconscious of. So your beliefs and your thoughts literally create your reality. But if you become conscious of those thoughts, then you will have a better time manifesting and creating your reality. So instead of telling yourself affirmations the whole day, trying to create your reality and focusing on your vision, the best thing you can do is become conscious and let go of the blocks that are not allowing the vision to come in. The blocks being the old belief systems that we're unconsciously attached to. The blocks being your ego. The only thing blocking you from your vision that you already know that you have deep inside you is your ego. If you make your number one focus to raise your level of consciousness and detach yourself from the ego, I promise you that your goals will naturally manifest in your life. They can't not happen. Your goals can't not happen if you continually live into your vision and you let go of the things that are blocking that vision. Because most people have thoughts, they try to create the reality, but then there's a lot of contradictory thoughts that go against that reality that they're doing unconsciously, okay? And you can notice those thoughts without doing meditation and without building your awareness. but it's going to be a lot easier and you're going to have a better time creating your reality if you first become the observer of your reality, become the witness, because there's always this awareness happening in the background that we can simply observe our thoughts and not attach to them. And the more that you connect it as part of yourself, the faster things are going to manifest, the better you're going to feel. You're going to be letting go of the lower vibrational emotions like anger, anxiety, fear, worry, guilt, and shame. And when you let go of these, you're going to start entering an abundance mindset that will allow things to manifest quicker for you because you let go of the belief systems that are blocking you. If you want to rewrite your new story and create your reality, you first have to let go of the old reality that's blocking you from living into the new reality. And the way you do that is by building your awareness and becoming conscious of your thoughts. That's why meditation is extremely powerful, because when you're doing meditation, what you're doing is you're simply being the observer of your thoughts and you're connecting deeper into the present moment. And when you can simply be that observer, which is who you truly are beyond the ego, you're nothing more than pure empty awareness observing your ego. You're not your ego. But if you believe that you are your ego, that in itself will be a block from allowing you to fully live into your vision. So once again, you want to create your reality, you want to let the law of attraction work for you rather than forcing things, you want to let things happen naturally, then your number one focus should be to become the observer of your reality as much as you possibly can, using tools like meditation, and then eventually using those tools and those practices and incorporate them into your daily life and live your life as the witness. When you live your life as the witness, your manifestations will just happen so much easier, because once again, every single moment that you are not the witness of your reality, your ego is controlling your life, okay? And that includes a lot of anxiety, fear, and worry. This goes far beyond creating your reality. This is an unconscious force that is pulling you into your mind, controlling you, making you feel very negative. But that negativity is your reality in that moment because you're unconsciously attached to your ego. And so every single moment that you don't have that spaciousness, there's something controlling you. You are not in control of your mind is controlling you. The unconscious mind is controlling you. And if the unconscious mind is controlling you, that is what's going to create your reality. So the one thing you can do to create your reality is become conscious of the unconscious mind, gain control of the unconscious mind, which is the ego, and now you will live into your reality. Now you will create your reality rather than the unconscious thought processes creating your reality. You will have control of your mind, not your mind controlling you. So once again, if you want to create your reality, become the observer of your reality first, okay? Make sure you hit the like button on this video so people can find this information, because everybody should know this information. So make sure you hit that like button so more people can see this video and it'll affect the YouTube algorithm. That's all I have for you today. If you like this kind of content, then consider hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell. If you want to download a free guided meditation to clear your mind and detach from the ego, then just hit the link in the description box of this video. It's a free guided meditation MP3 to clear your mind and detach from the ego. Once again, if you want to apply for a free consultation to become a private client, then just consider hitting the website that's in the description box of this video. Have yourself a great day and see you in the next video.